Hello everyone, it's SystemCollapse, and I'm back yet again playing Modern Skyblock 3. In between episodes, I did a fair amount, so let's take a look and get right to it. First off, I made its second one of these setups here, which is the Lens of the Miner setups. I guess technically it's a Void Miner. But yeah, it is getting resources, it's doing the thing. It's not particularly fast. I think with this setup here, I'm about getting one a minute. But yeah, not too bad. I have the timer set to 2400. That seemed to kind of work it out, so it always had power, so definitely a thing, and they're doing their stuff. We're just going to keep moving, though. The other thing I did was upgrade all our casings to osmium and the condensers to electrum. The electrum ones are actually pretty good. 241 speed, 130% efficiency, which is pretty good. Our efficiency is actually up to 169% of these things. But you can make the electrum with the electrum blend, which is golden dust. Boom, smelt that down, make some plates, call it a day. And pretty cool. It took some frozen ingots too, but not a big deal. The other one was the, I guess, osmium. There we go. Right there. The osmium casings are actually pretty awesome. So 3033 HU, 130% efficiency. You do have to make the plates, though, and to do that was right here with the ore dust, which was just clay and glowstone. I heard this recipe is getting changed. Probably, well, I don't know if this is getting changed. It might be this that's getting changed. The output might be getting nerfed. Yeah, was no problem making that at all. I could have honestly made that much easier in the pack. Earlier in the pack, so you might be wanting to slow that down. The last thing I did, and it's going to be kind of what we're working on today, is I did start Factory Craft. And I did this so I can kind of show you some of the mechanics, because a lot of them I'm not going to use, but at the same time I want to show it, because there's virtually nothing on this mod. And if you feel so inclined to kind of use all this stuff, then at least you'll know at least the basics of it. So, first thing you're going to want to do is make this book. It is full of stuff. This mod, I did not realize how big it was. Tons of stuff. Just tons of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It tells you about the the basic concept of it. Basically, it's a mod where the machines don't use power; they use parts. The parts break after a time, so they kind of have a durability. It's kind of hidden there, and in time they'll break, and you'll have to replace them. And that's kind of what the mod's about. It's about automating your machines and then automating the replacement parts. So yeah, kind of how it works. Over here, I'm going to show you a bunch of things because this was actually one of the quest lines. Let's go here and go to Basic Factory. See this: moving items in all direction. This is basically all of your base level automation tools for the mod, and there are more. I don't know them. I haven't got to them yet, and that's going to be a lot about this mod. So I set up a little carousel here just to kind of understand the mechanics myself. And I figured I'd show you guys. So on this carousel, I have cobblestone and wood kind of going in a circle. They run into this insertion hatch. This hatch is basically just considered a hopper that's kind of sideways, right? I mean, or so, what do I mean? On level with these here, with the rollers, which are just conveyor belts. And you can move these around with one of these, a monkey wrench, so you can kind of, make them go whichever way you want. But it'll insert items right into a inventory. See here, I have it kind of going to the bottom. Doesn't really care what side. The items do have to be put in through the rollers, and I don't know about piping, but I'm guessing you put piping into them as well. But anyway, they're kind of getting there. They go here, they hit this, which is the auto ejector. So just throwing them into the world. That's what the auto ejector does, and it's pretty cool as well. Pretty awesome. I have that thrown on the rollers. Doesn't have to go on rollers. That could throw items anywhere. This item is actually really cool, and I could see me using this for other things. So I have it set on a whitelist for wood. When it sees white wood, boom, it just pushed it into this crate and kind of got sent a different route. I was just trying that out because you could actually use that for a lot of different things. Interactions with other mods, and that's actually pretty fantastic. So I really like that pulse piston. Over here, we got the fan. It has a redstone signal to work. It's pushing up depending on the strength of the redstone signal. So right now, that would be, what, 15? It'll go real high. But if you only wanted you got a small signal, you'd only put a signal of 1, and it wouldn't go, quite as high as crazy. Up here is the lift receiver, which kind of works in conjunction. It catches this cobblestone. You kind of see it come by. It grabs that, and it's going to shoot it onto the rollers, and bam. Just drops back down, goes back on the carousel, and that is kind of all the base level automation stuff. And this is just, like I said, the first stuff. Like, there's more. I kind of was poking around, looking at the stuff, and going, well, what the heck's that thing? You know what I mean? And it's all in the book. Like, automation components. Like, there's tons here. Like, a buffer crate, there's pulse pistons, lift receiver. Like, there's just stuff. Bulk stack movers, mounted drills. All kinds of stuff just for different kind of automations, different kind of setups, and that's what this mod is all about. I do have a beef with this mod, and it's not with the mod itself, it's actually in this pack. I don't think this mod should have came Because if you look at your quest book here, at the same time, in stage or gated mode, I don't think it should have came at the same time as actually additions, because a lot of stuff that this does, actually additions can do for a tenth of the work. So, and you don't have to keep repairing your machines. You just give it some RF and kind of forget about it, especially if you have passive power. It just seems like an odd place for it to be. Because right now, I mean, once we get through these, we're probably going to unlock immersive. And then it's going to kind of... 95% of this is probably not going to get used, I guess. For people who love these kind of mods, this is fantastic. You guys can build giant factories and do that jazz. For me, it's a little convoluted. And in a progression pack like this, especially where I'm playing stage mode, I want to get to the next stage. I don't want to sit here and spend 2 weeks kind of doing this. But anyway, I thought I'd show this and kind of show the mechanics, so at least when you're starting it, you know how it works. Over here is the first item, really, so the grate. It does stick out, kick out these sticks when these meshes break. Basically, this thing is a void miner. It is producing iron nuggets, copper nuggets, and nickel. So this thing is actually useful. And I may automate this, although I don't know. I mean, I get so much from the dust now, I don't know if I really need it, to be honest. But it is passive, right? So this thing was a little weird to set up, and I had troubles with it until someone in my Discord actually kind of showed me some setups for it, like how to get it to work. So I had it working before, but I would change it around. And I didn't know why it was breaking. So the way it works is it looks for 8 water sources in a 3x3x3 centered around the river grate. So right now, there's no message. It's working. It's doing stuff. But if I take this out, I guess put this here. I just want to show you this because you could run into this problem too. Because it is a little, it's not intuitive. And there's not a lot of information on this mod. I don't know if it's newer or just hasn't really been given a chance yet. It's definitely a good mod. But yeah, it's definitely a thing. So I got rid of one of the water sources on purpose. Let's do that. Let's throw that there. You'll see there, invalid location. This is what confused me. So I was moving around. I was changing stuff around. I was trying to figure out, you know, how the water worked, how I need water working around it. The water can actually be above it, to the sides of it. It doesn't matter as long as it's in that 3x3 block type of radius thing. But yeah, if I do that, it should work now, but it doesn't. Because invalid location, you actually have to break it and place it down again, which is kind of, yeah, it doesn't update it, I guess. And yeah, that's what confused me. I actually spent about 15 minutes trying to figure out why my machine wasn't working with the water blocks that it needed. You notice this here now too. Now that I've taken the meshes out of it, and it lost its fuel, which was basically the mesh that was in it, it sends off a comparative signal, and all the machines do this. And that's basically so it can send a signal and say, hey, I need a mesh, and tell an auto-crafting system to make it a mesh, and then once it gets its mesh, the signal goes off. So that's kind of how that works, and kind of the basis for the entire mod. So you automate your machine, and then you have to automate the creation of your part to make your machine work. And some of the machines, I think in the book it said some of the machines take 1 to 5 parts. I don't know how it would take 5. Maybe it's 4. 1, 2. Yeah, you could fit. Maybe 4? I don't know. Honestly, not sure. It looks like 3 to me. Like 3 would be the max, but maybe it's not. Anyway, that is how that works. Over here, I just have another ruler, another ejector. Spin that out, going into insertion hatch. Pull down here. It also gets some fish, because, well, fish are fantastic. And that is definitely a thing. So we are going to go through this mod. I'm going to have to kind of figure out these machines one by one, kind of see how they work and if they kind of apply to our playthrough. Over here I have the grindstone. This was the most basic one. It was actually out of the first bit. So I guess I'll grab basic gear. These things do only stack in 4, and there's a reason for that. He didn't want you to stack 64 of the items in there and kind of, you know, kind of cheese it just with massive amounts, right? But anyway, let's go here. Let's set in basic gear. That is basically the power. Actually, let's not do that. I already have basic gear in here because I've already done this quest. But this thing's pretty basic. So, saw blade, bam. The nickel. I was getting nickel from our washing of iron ore. But I throw that in there and we'll get a cutting blade. And that was a quest. So this machine is really basic. So maybe some of the machines won't be, you know, utter insanity. Also, you have this here too. So you have the magnifying glass. If you right click on a machine, it'll tell you which side the input side is. So kind of easy to figure that out. But you can also use this monkey wrench. You can shift right click and it sets it to a different side. So now it's up. So if you want to change the sidedness, that is the way to do it. So if you're trying to do that jazz and want to figure that out and don't know why you can't get items in there, just do that. But anyway, we're going to have to make some machines. What I might do is go and make the next 3 machines, and we can kind of go through them, try to figure them out together, because I don't want to be this all crafting for all this stuff. But anyway, I'll be back in a couple. And okay, I went ahead and kind of made everything for the next quest here, so let's actually grab all this stuff and try it out, because I don't know how else to really do this. Let's go. Let's go and kind of go into slight tutorial mode, because, well, it's not going to be tutorial, because I'm figuring it out too. So first we got the auto crafting unit. So uses gears to auto craft items. It keeps one of every item automatically and balances stacks. So yeah, apparently it balancing things out for you. Let's try this out. Let's try making meshes with this thing, I guess. I did make 2 of these because these sounded kind of useful. And if I do automate that, I may need it. Oh, did I look at an Enderman? No, I did not. Okay, so let's try this. No, the meshes weren't that, were they? They were this, weren't they? I think that was it. If I do this, it said it was going to balance things. Maybe it needs a gear first? Okay, let's try one of these basic gears. Bam. And throw that in there. That'll be the fuel. There we go. Oh, it did. There we go. It balanced it out. Is it working, though? What was the mesh? I thought that was the mesh. Oh, no. I totally did the mesh wrong. No wonder it didn't work. Anyway, let's do that. And bam. It should balance it out. This item is disabled. Apparently, I can use this to make disabled things, which is fantastic. I'm not sure what I just made. I made something from AE2? Oh, the wooden gear. I just made a wooden gear. I think that got disabled in a version not too long ago. But anyway, that does that. That handles that. That's actually pretty straightforward. I don't know how long those gears last. That is definitely a thing. But, yeah. Anyway, I may have to fight Enderman here in a second. Anyway. That is a cool little item. I mean, pretty straightforward. Not a big deal. So that is definitely useful. So we'll possibly use that one moving forward. Chop saw. So the chop saw. Which way is the front on this thing? I have a hard time telling some of these machines which way I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, that looks like the back, maybe. Okay, there we go. So this is a chop saw. This one's going to take apparently a saw blade and a gear. I actually made another saw blade. So I showed you and I made some by myself as well. So we should be able to do that. And we're going to need some wood though. And I don't have any doubt here. I think this thing is just for cutting wood. And I think it said something about we had to make some stuff. So we'll do it. But I think it was wood and like quartz thingies. I'll call them quartz thingies. That's the official terminology now. Let's chop this. There we go. Chop the spruce. Don't really need it. Might as well just use it for chests and stuff, because I don't think I'd be actually building with it. Anyway, let's go down here. Oh, that was not my thing. I took a risky route. Okay, so can I do that? Oh, that's a nice little automation inside the machine, which is kind of cool. And boom, you get 6 logs per. So, again, useful machine. Don't know how much going to use it, because usually, I mean, we're getting so much wood that I just could use it for that, right? I could just make tons of wood. But there was more to that, so which one was that? That one was this one. And it wants a blank quartz plate. So let's take a look at that. Blank quartz plate. Boom. So that is that. I want a blank, man. Oh, right there. There we go. So a block of quartz. Okay. And that's going to make 6, I think it said. Good, I did grab quartz. I thought I was going to need it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And there we go. And we can try this out. So let's pull that. Let's pull that. Let's go and throw that. And I don't know how many automations, you know, how many cycles, I guess, you're going to get out of each part. I have no clue at all whatsoever. It's one of those things you're probably going to have to try out and kind of figure out over time. Oh, maybe that just broke apart? I barely used that. Okay, that's excessive. Okay, we could sharpen it at least, but still. Come on. I just started that. I only got, what? A little bit of wood and... Wow, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be automating this. I'm just saying that. If it's going to be breaking that often. I do think he's going to up the durability. I think he said like 50% or something, but still, that seems excessive for something that's mostly used for cutting wood. Anyway, let's go and I guess check the other quest here, because we have one more machine, right? So basic factory. The last one is this. Making wires and drills is the metal cutting machine. And these machines are cheap. It's part of the reason I didn't actually show making them. Look. Metal cutting. Bam. That. A couple nickel. That. Motor. Like, they're not really high tech. The first ones were mostly wood and just iron and stuff. But these motors and stuff, you'll be making those a lot as well. But anyway, let's try the metal cutting machine. Let's see here. Bam. So this one needs a blade and a gear. So do I have any more blades? I do have one more. I do have a gear. Fantastic. Grab those. We'll throw those in there. I handle that. And what do we actually need to use this for? So I think it was wires. It was what it was. Yeah. So a standard wire, a gold wire, and a drill bit. So what's a drill bit? Drill bit. Bam. There we go. So that. So nickel and a metal cutter. Okay. Now it looks pretty simple. Do nickel in this. Bam. Throw that in there. And it was wires as well, right? So it was this stuff. So 2, and that one will be just a gold. That's pretty straightforward. Let's grab you. What's the other one? It was a gold, right? Let's grab you. And fantastic. Okay, that's pretty straightforward as well. So this is a dull drill bit. We actually have to run this through a grindstone. Okay, see how that works. Did it actually want us to do that, or did it just want the dull? It wants the drill bit. So we're going to run that through a grindstone. So we'll do that. Bam, grab our wires, and bam. And that should take that quest there, so not too bad. The wires, I'm not really sure what they're for. Okay, mostly for crafting. So I don't think the mod, I think it has fluid pipes, but I don't think it has other piping. I think that's why it has the conveyor belts and stuff. So that wasn't too bad. That was pretty straightforward. Although the saw blade seemed to break pretty quick, but it was nice that you could sharpen it. But you're probably only going to be able to sharpen it so many times that it's probably going to break. But pretty cool nonetheless. Pretty awesome. And yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and make the next 4, because that one actually went pretty straightforward. Our next ones, what are they? Well, we can't even make this one. What's it need? Mechanical melting? So we have to get there first. So making dust. That sounds like a grinder. So we need a drill grinder. A magnetizer turns iron into magnet. We give them repeating signal. So apparently I'm going to need a repeater. And an electronic furnace uses parts instead of fuel to function. Okay, that's going to be a smelter most likely. So I'm going to make these ones and I'll be back in a few. And okay, I went ahead and made the next set of machines. So I made the magnetizer, which wasn't too bad. Advanced motor, some of these shafts, just iron. Some of that jazz. Taking a fair amount of nickel though, I've noticed. And so I am burning through that. I also had to make some copper nickel for the electric furnace, which actually took a mixture. Couldn't find the recipe at first, and I finally hunted down. What, mixture? What other mixtures do we have, just so we know? Copper nickel and iron nickel. Okay. Copper, nickel, iron nickel. That must be the Invar, right? Small pile of Invar. Yep, there you go. Not too bad. At least, yeah, once you know what to do with it, right? What can we do that? We can break it back down. Get smelted, of course, but yeah. Anyway, that's that. So I did that for the electronic furnace, for the heating element. So I had to make 3 of those. Not that big a deal, because you actually get 4. But anyway, meant doing some running. And we also needed, what was the last one? The drill grinder, which actually took our drill bit. Another advanced motor. And just some bits of bob. So anyway, let's try one out. Let's try out this one first. Let's try out the grinder first, I suppose. See what parts this one needs. This one needs another drill bit. And this one takes motors? Really? Oh, man. Let's go. Oh, man. There we go. Let's go. Not that. I want a motor. Motor. So you can make different ones. I don't know if they can be used as the parts and they have more durability or how that works. Anyway, let's try this. See if we can get that going. So there's a motor. And the drill bit was, right? It wasn't here. And what was it? I can't remember what my drill bit was. Drill bit was it nickel in there? I think it might have been nickel. I didn't try iron. Does iron work in here? I wonder what this makes. I'm hoping a drill bit, because I think I used nickel before. No, that makes gears. Okay, so that'll automate gears for you. That makes sense. I am running low on nickel. Bam, we got some more there. And I got some more nuggets in here. So I guess nickel is going to be an important resource for this mod. So kind of moving forward, need to know that. But anyway, do that. I guess we can throw the U in there. And get our blunt. And we'll have to grind that puppy down. You can see here, it's just steps, right? So lots of just little steps. I mean, not too bad yet. But to automate this would be a whole different deal, right? So what I'm doing is one thing. Oh, that'd be another. And I did want to test this out. So if I put iron in here, I'm probably going to double up, right? Yes, I do double up. You get ground iron ore, which we can then, I guess, just basically smelt up. But we have this electric furnace, so we might as well give it a go. Hopefully it doesn't want more copper nickel. I'm hoping. It's like throw it right there right now. What? That's like an input slot or something. Okay. That was odd. I don't know why it's facing that way. It's like it's backwards. Apparently we need a magnet. Is that a magnet or... Because I do have the magnetizer. That might be another heating coil, which is going to be more copper nickel. Heating element? It's hard to tell when it's red like that. Because what does the magnets look like? Just to make sure it is what we need. Magnet is... Can't see it, man. Magnetizer? I have no idea. Anyway, let's try one of these wires. Let's see if it's a standard wire. So we'll throw you... Oops. Throw you in here. There we go. Oh, our motor. Shorted motor. Already? Wow. Takes a redstone dust, and then you can repair this. No, it turns into a redstone dust. Okay, so the amount of resources you're going to need to just go through this mod, right? If I'm already breaking a motor, so if I go to motor, bam, that cost me, not a ton, just some nuggets. It did cost a redstone. It did cost me a copper and some nickel. So, I mean, just little bits and bobs of, I guess, materials. But at the same time, it could end up costing a lot without, I only ground down, let's see here, how much of that did I actually ground down? Not that much. I guess 40? Yeah, it had 40 durability. That was it. Oh, that's the broken one. There we go. Be nice if they look different too when they're broken, because that is a little confusing there. Anyway, we'll do that. Boom. And I guess for this, I might just go make this, because it's going to be a couple seconds here to make copper nickel, because apparently I was not bright enough to bring everything we needed. Plus I could need more nickel, man. Let's get that gun. Bam, and bam. Let's get this stuff kind of going here. My nickel's getting thin. Bam. Actually, that's not too bad. We're okay. Sweet. So, copper, nickel. I actually can grind it down here. So, let's do this. I'm going to need another drill bit. So, I want to just kind of get a feel for the bud. So, let's kind of just do it for a couple minutes here. I'm going to need to put a nickel through here, right? So, we'll throw a nickel in there. Right? Oh, that's the chop saw. I need that in this one. But I need a cutting blade. It's already really convoluted. And I think that was nickel too. Oh man. Okay, I see where this is headed. No, we're good. Anyway, let's go. Grab a nickel. Guess throw that in there, right? The parts just seem to break way too quick. Like, if we had machines like this in real life, we would never use them. There we go. Because they would just break. We would make something better. Anyway, we'll get that done. Then I need to throw that through the grinder, right? Yes. And that broke. What'd that break? Broken gear. Use. And you can smelt that down for 6 nuggets, which I'm then going to use in the electric furnace and use some of my durability, and a part's going to break. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So I did want to try it out and give it a go. But, yeah. Definitely not sure if I have the patience for this, especially at the durability stuff. I'm barely using it. And it's just breaking, right? So, anyway, let's go. Throw that there, okay? And I was about to grind something down, and I don't even remember what. Oh, yeah, the copper. Let's do that. There we go. Copper and a nickel, right? And I'm going to have to go get a real, like, big boy furnace here in a second. Because, well, I don't have what we need down here. But, yeah, well, this furnace isn't working right. You would need 2 of these going at any time, because otherwise you could get caught, right? One you're using and one is a backup, just so you had all your stuff. Anyway, let's do that. Bam, that works. And craft that up. So copper, nickel. Bam, got our copper, nickel. And I can't smelt this here, so I'll be back in a sec. And okay, I went ahead and made some more copper, nickel, so we have that stuff. I wish we knew if these better parts, okay? So I wish I knew if they were worth it, because I really don't know. Like, I can't really do that one yet, because we don't have Energite. But this gold one, I can't even see the durability numbers. If I could see durability, I could go, is that worth it to me? You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I feel I'm just kind of like fanning the fire on the resources that this is going to cost. But anyway, let's do that. We're also going to need a heating element. Grab that. Bam, and I did make 16 because I figured it was just better to make 16 than to keep doing this. But anyway, let's do that. Bam, throw that in there. Okay, we have a furnace. Let's try smelting with this thing now. Kind of see how it goes. So, you know, decently paced, but it has 24. I guess I'll let that go and see if it makes it. That's really what I'm interested in. I can kind of leave all this stuff here just for processing what we need to get through the mod, because it looks like the parts are just going to keep breaking. We could have smelted that down too, actually. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that, actually, and do that. That'll give us our nuggets back, just so that thing's not taking my inventory, because it didn't seem to have another use at all. It would smelt down there. Yeah, not a big deal. Throw that in there. Bam, and nuggets. Okay, so let's go to here, and let's go into quest. Let's go into basic factory. So we have done that and done that. What does it want here? It wants a standard magnet. We haven't touched the magnet yet. The magnetizer, and I don't know what this thing's going to take. A motor and another wire. So I already have this here, right? Bam. I don't even know what we need to put in this thing. I guess I'm going to have to look that up. So, magnetizer. Let's go to magnet. Izer. There we go. Go to here and go to use. So what does this thing do? Wow, okay. Requires AC redstone current? What do you mean AC? Do you just need a lever? Because I can give you that. Oh, it said repeating, right? So let's make a... What is that called? The clock. Let's make a redstone clock. There we go. Do this real quick. Probably look at a crafting table and probably work a little better. Bam. Might have to go grab some more redstone here in a second. And see if this works. So that should, in theory, work, right? And then just a piece of iron? No. Okay, so how does this thing work? Because that should be... Let's try this. See, I don't even know where the redstone signal has to come in at or nothing, right? But it may be looking for vanilla redstone. Signal might be too quick, too. Yes. Oh, it's not fast enough. Okay, so... How am I going to get that a faster signal? I don't want to have to do a burnout clock for this thing. Come on now. That'd be just silly. Let's go. Bam. It's got to be an easier way to do that. I'm just thinking here. Let's try a timer. Bam. There we go. Because I could do it with vanilla mechanics, but it seems like it'd be tedious vanilla mechanics. The kind of mechanics they want you not to use on servers because it causes lag. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it doesn't seem like a good time to be. Let's try this and try... How much? 10 ticks. Let's try that. Oh. There we go. That works. Sweet. I think. It looks neat. I'll give it that. And, yeah, it gave us a magnet. So what do we actually use this thing for? I guess just crafting. And it looks like no matter what, we're going to need more than 2. So let's actually get at least 2 of them in here. Bam. Hopefully our motor doesn't break. You can actually see the motor in this one, too, which is pretty fantastic as well. This mod is really cool. It's just tedium at the same time, right? So that wasn't too bad, I guess, with redstone signal and timer. But to do that with vanilla redstone, yeah, those kind of clocks are usually frowned upon on servers. But anyway, let's go. Kind of look at this. I don't know where I'm going with this because I feel like I'm just doing stuff, kind of going through the motion. I'm getting a feel for it. It feels good, but at the same time, don't know what I'm doing. And okay, I mean, we did pretty good here. I'm not sure what else I'm going to do right now. I need to kind of gather up resources. I'm actually short on nickel, so yeah, I don't have a lot. And it looks like a lot of it's going to be used. I kind of looked at the next machine here. And I need an entire block of Enviro to kind of just go through that. And I don't even have that, right? So Enviro, what was it? The iron dust? What was it? Mixture. That's what we're looking for. Mixture. So, I mean, it's not much. You know what I mean? But then I needed a blade as well. Then I'm going to need, you know, something else. And then something else. And before you know it, I'm going to be out of Enviro. So, yeah, I'm going to have to kind of sort that out. I can either break down materials and kind of get it as a byproduct. I actually think I might have some more kicking around, quote unquote, somewhere. But I'm not really sure. Well, iron, I should say. But, yeah. So I think I'm going to probably just wrap this one up here. I mean, it was pretty cool. We did a little bit of adventuring through a mod here. And we still got quite a bit to go. So, yeah, I may make, I might try to get, here. And then we can kind of just work on these ones. Just so we can progress. Because we need to get to this one, which is mechanical mob something or other. And mechanical beacon. It kind of goes off the screen here. can't really see exactly what it is. I could look them up in the book, I suppose, but it's kind of fun to just try to figure it out by yourselves. But I might try to just craft these, and then we can kind of go over them at the start of the next episode. And okay, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm just going to let everyone know that I do have a Discord server. If you want to stop on by, say hello, any of that jazz, feel free. Just keep it classy. That is all I'd ask. On top of that, I also have a Patreon. So if that's something that you're interested in, you don't want to help me, support me, make videos, kind of move into the future, that'd be fantastic. So as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is much appreciated. I want you guys all to have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.